labor activity continued to increase during this progressive era. Organization was, it was focused on more intently than even ever before. One difference that you saw was the growth of the industrial union over the craft union. Craft unionism is where you have a union composed of all people who do the same kind of thing, whereas an industrial union has people from lots of different types of work who all work in the same industry, banding together. That gives them more members and gives them more power. The American Federation of Labor had been founded in 1886. Samuel Gompers was one of the first prominent leaders there. 1905 saw the creation of the International Workers of the World, or the IWW, sometimes called the Wobblies. Some of the early leaders and co-founders of that group included Big Bill Haywood, very bombastic man, Lucy Parsons, whom we have discussed before, the widow of Albert Parsons, who was killed as a result of the Haymarket Affair, Eugene Debs, and Mother Jones. Maybe you've heard of Mother Jones. There's a magazine called that, but there was actually a woman referred to as Mother Jones. Her name was Mary Jones, and during the Progressive era, the early 19-teens, she was a very active labor organizer, despite the fact she was in her 70s. In fact, she was imprisoned in her 70s for her activities in organizing striking Colorado coal miners. Which brings us to this particular incident, known as the Ludlow Massacre. It took place in Colorado. Coal mining was a very dangerous profession. In 1913 alone, 110 coal miners died just in Colorado. Miners were calling for improved work safety. And really there were methods which, if used, could have increased safety, but the mine owners found those methods to be too expensive and so did not use them. Miners banded together. They went on strike, 1,200 of them. They went on strike and with their families built a tent city. Why did they build a tent city? Because if you were in a mining town, especially a coal mining town, the way it worked is that the mine owners provided housing for the workers. So you get a job at a coal mine. You have a house to live in, furniture, etc. You probably charged rent for it. It's taken out of your pay. A lot of times the equipment that you use in your job is deducted from your pay. You're in this little town, and you're often paid not with money, but with what is called scrip, which was only redeemable at the company store, which was, of course, owned by the company, and they could charge whatever rates they wanted. If you've ever heard the song 16 Tons, and I'll have a clip of that attached to this, then you remember the line, St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go, I owe my soul to the company store. So you're pretty well under the thumb of the owners. So if you go on strike, you're not only not getting paid, but you are kicked out of your housing. That's why they built the tent cities. A lot of big strikes, especially coal mining strikes, did similar things. In this case, the Colorado National Guard was called out, and they attacked the tent city. Just rolled through it with guns and the early versions of tanks that they had, and killed 24 people, many of them women and children. That's not the sort of thing that gets you good publicity, but it didn't stop them from doing it. In fact, there's been, in our discussions, a litany of events like this. This was one of the biggest.